Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Creative Witchy Mumma. Thank you very much for tuning in today. If you are new here, thank you so much for coming on in. Welcome. You're very, very welcome here. And for those that are returning, thank you so much for coming back and watching some more content. Today, I would like to talk about like getting ready and getting out of the house, and having really, really, really good intentions of doing so many different things, but then things going way out of the window. Am I the only one? I am constantly in the morning, it is so difficult to get out of the house early. If you've been following along for a while, I did a video on slow and intentional mornings. We do that every single morning. I get up, I cook, and we have a lovely breakfast. Today was no different, but it's a beautiful day outside. The sun is shining. It's glorious, glorious winter's day. And I was like, you know what? Let's get out. We'll go for a walk down the park. So anyway, getting ready. And then Harrison just got so tired. I was like, I'm going to have to put you to bed. So it came to just after 10 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, I'm putting you to bed. And now those plans for going out for a walk this morning are out the window. So I'm here instead. But yeah, does anybody else have this issue of trying to get out of the house? I've never been a super punctual person when you speak to my friends, I'm always late. I run on, well, my mum would call it Sherry maybe time, I think. I get there when I'm meant to. That's what I believe. I don't intend to be late. My intention is never to be late. It just often happens that way. But now having Harrison, it has made it so much harder to be on time for anything. So I'm just gonna have a sip of my coffee. How cute is my boot, by the way? Look how cute this is. It's from the German markets in the UK while we were there at Christmas. Anyway, just getting out of the house can be so difficult in the morning. And you know what? Before having Harrison, I had a job where I was up at the crack of dawn every single day. I was on phone calls, I was on emails, I was up at like 5 o'clock every single morning. Now, I'm awake from 6. We usually get out of bed between 6:30 and 7. And then, like I said, we have a slow morning. So trying to get anywhere and then trying to fit in nap time. I don't want to not let him sleep, and I prefer for him to be able to sleep somewhere comfy. Obviously, he will fall asleep in the pram, but only when he's really, really, really tired, because he's very nosy. He likes to look around, and then he becomes super overtired. And for the mums on here, you understand what overtired babies are like, what we have to deal with. It's just not worth it, right? So my heart goes out to all of the mums out there, all of the parents out there, just trying to wrangle their kids to get out of the house. It actually reminds me of a comedian that I watched a little while ago. I can't remember his name. He's an English guy, but he talks about people leaving the house with their kids, and goes through this whole skit of getting their shoes on the wrong feet, or no, that this kid doesn't want to go out and stuff. And it's just so true. It is really difficult getting out of the house, and especially when you have to be somewhere early in the morning. We'll be going to swimming tomorrow, and we have to be there. Swimming lesson is at 9, so we have to be there at least by 1:45. It's 20 minutes away. So on a swimming morning now, we're going to have to either have a very rushed breakfast, or I'm going to have to do lots of preparation the night before. So it's just, having those early appointments or early plans can be really difficult when you're trying to fit in naps. And I think the biggest thing for me, I wasn't sure about, was the naps change. So as they're growing through, going through their stages and growing and getting to different ages and whatever, their nap requirements change. So, he was on 3 naps. Now he's on 2-ish naps when he'll go for 2 naps. But usually the morning one, it can go anywhere from 10 o'clock up until 1 o'clock. So in between that period, he will usually sleep for a decent amount of time. And obviously, that's quite hard. It's a big chunk of the day. And it's also like the time where you want to be out because it's outside of like, the traffic hours. So we want to be out in that time. But yeah, sometimes it's really difficult. I don't know. Am I the only one that has to deal with this? I'm sure I'm not. I cannot be the only one. I don't know how I'm going to do this going back to work and things like that. Obviously, I don't have to think about that for a little while. But how do mums do this? How do parents do this when you have to get up and go for it early in the morning? Like, I mean, I guess you're not going to be having like long intentional mornings. Maybe that's why things do get shifted to like a dinner time rather than in the morning. So that would obviously make things a bit easier. But even for eating, like H takes his time. I don't rush him. Like, he'll pick at whatever's on his tray because he doesn't really like the plates. Um, but yeah, like, I'm not going to rush him into doing anything. But yeah, it's hard to get out in the morning, especially in the mornings. Am I the only one? Please tell me that I'm not the only one out there, and that you guys are dealing with this too. But yeah, look, that is all I wanted to jump in here and talk about today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are liking this content, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Um, if you would like to know when I am uploading some new content, it's different all the time. So yeah, until next time. Mwah. Bye.